Hi, today I am joined by Caroline Lakshmanan, founder and CEO of Cloud Closet. Caroline, how are you today?
Christy, I'm so excited and grateful to be here. I love chatting with you. Thank you for the time on this LinkedIn Live. My first time. You too?
Oh, it is. So we'll have to ask people how we're doing at the end. But I am also excited to talk with you. You and I have spoken before. I am excited about what you are doing. So let's dive in. Ready?
Ready. Let's do it.
Let's go. Several months ago, you said, and I quote, "We've been quietly building Cloud Closet, a vertical platform, a vertical AI platform in fashion, rooted in how people actually make decisions, what to wear, what to pack, what to buy." These conversations already happen in group chats and screenshots, just without structure, memory, or context. Where did the idea for a Cloud Closet come from? And what makes you the right person to lead this?
Yeah. Thank you for that question. I think the idea came from I spent 10 years in the fashion industry. Right out of college, working in merchandising and buying roles for every type of business you can imagine. Starting at TJX, big box retailer, $50 billion business, to oldnavy.com, Gap, Sears fashion buying office in San Francisco, to then the luxury maisons in Paris, like Celine at LVMH and Christian Louboutin. And during this time, I saw the how siloed the consumer experience is, as you know, each brand just cares about their brand, right? And then in looking into fashion technology, I saw who the leaders of the tech giants are. It's Mark Zuckerberg, it's leaders at Google, Pinterest, and these are massive ships that are really hard to turn around. And I knew that they were overlooking this hair on fire problem of around consumer personalization and really social shopping, caring how do they interact with friends when making a purchase. So after working in fashion for 10 years, I spent 5 years in fintech, finance technology. And that was the perfect marriage to make this fashion tech founder that you're looking at today. I learned how to build technical products, work with product teams, build consumer experiences that surprise and delight. And I got startup schooled. I was at three different startups in those 5 years: pre-acquisition, post-acquisition, one with zero product market fit and tens of millions of dollars raised. So I said, I have what it takes. You know I have the scrappiness and the wherewithal, and then also that like sales component and leadership quality that comes with being a founder, and taking a lot of punches, right? And like getting back
Yeah.
up and keep going.
So you've got a little bit of experience, huh?
Now's the time. 15
Good for
years
you.
later, I'm
Yep.
there.
Yep. Well, today we're here because you have a reveal, and I am so excited that you decided to do it here. So I'm going to turn it over to you so you can share your screen. And while Caroline's doing that, I want to just tell the audience, if you guys have any questions, you can put it in the chat. We're going to try and get to those, but just go ahead and enter any questions you have in the chat.
Can everyone see my screen? Just making sure.
Yep, I can see it. Tell us what we're looking at. This is really cool.
Yeah. So everyone, it's really small font. Apologies. This is the desktop version, but in the App Store where you can find us today, it'll be a little bit more clear. But so the idea is these selfies here, my outfit stickers, are all of my uploads that I've taken over the past 90 days. I have, I think, 200 to be exact. Um,
Wow.
Now they're all here, designed to be playlists. So that one's a double one. But so going to New York Tech Week, you can make them small, you can make them larger. Um, Again, not ideal on a desktop computer, but you get the gist here. and I'm able to reference back and see what I wore for each event. So I have meeting looks, shorts looks, button down looks, capri looks, DC trip, which helped me pack, work from home summer. So instead of taking individual pictures of every item that I have, which most apps require, I thought that's way too tedious. And also, scraping your Gmail or your bank statements often produces a lot of bogus results and is only half the story. So, why don't we focus on our outfit selfies as the onboarding tool here? Our power users, we know, have thousands of outfit selfies sitting on their camera roll doing nothing. They have nowhere to put it. Why? They don't want to post it on Instagram. It's not the right format. They definitely don't want to post it on Pinterest. They feel, everything's perfection on Pinterest. And they don't want to post it to Facebook. There's no location where they can kind of quickly upload their outfit selfies. So within 3 months, we collected over 5,000 outfit selfies from
Wow.
around 3,000 users. So you're looking at them all now. Our power users are often uploading every single day. And what the consensus was of our MVP that we used for 3 months was people want social interactions. People want to see what their friends think about their clothing, and they want to be able to buy renditions of what their friends have uploaded. So this is, she's an influencer. She tagged this outfit in back to school, meaning fall. She has a series of looks, all that are good for her back to school rendition.
So, Carolyn, let me ask you. I have to chuckle a little bit. You also said something about if your closet had a search bar, what would you ask it? And what
Yes.
I would ask it is, can you update yourself to the 2020s? Fashion and I, we're not best friends. So for somebody like me, how would I use Cloud Closet? How would I use this app, and where do I find it?
Yeah. So we launched in the App Store on Friday, which was
Congratulations.
thank you. Lots of back and forth, and we're globally accepted everywhere. So wherever you guys are, please go ahead and download and sign up today. I think for you, Christy, how it's best to use Cloud Closet is really connecting with friends. Okay. So not in this rendition, we don't have follows, but in about 2 weeks time, our next build you'll be able to follow certain people. You can follow me, etc. So today, and part of why we built Cloud Closet was all of these moments where you're like, should I tuck my shirt in? You're about to leave the house, right? You got a job interview, you've got a date. I was single for many years and I was always like about to leave the house, like, is this skirt too short? Do I look like a grandma? I was sending it to my group chats like separately, right? Because they're all different friends. And I would just pray, cross my fingers, someone would answer me quick enough. And it would always be as soon as I left the house. And they'd be like, don't wear those shoes. And it was too late. Like I wore those shoes. But it's like, Christy, you would be interested in maybe knowing my opinion for a date night with your husband. Right?
Yes.
But you're not
Yes.
going to text me that. That's uncomfortable. That's strange, right? Like we're colleagues, we're business friends, we're new friends. And I'm sure you have a bunch of different people like that in your life who you'd like their input, but you don't want to go send them a text message. It's culturally not sound. So imagine you can hit up Cloud Closet. Again, this will be available in 2 weeks. Right now, how Cloud Closet's positioned is uploading your selfies, seeing what your friends are wearing, and shopping what your friends are wearing and get product recommendations based on what you've uploaded. But in 2 weeks' time, Christy, you could upload your 2 different looks seamlessly and ask me, and I'll get a notification, me and 50 people that you're comfortable with, or 25, whomever, that you want to see get our opinion, our way in, which I'm happy to show you what that could look like in a way now. If you're
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm excited about, and I think we'll get to this, but the product recommendation. So I can see maybe what you have, and oh my gosh, I can see what you have and go, Caroline, I love that outfit. Where can I find that? And okay, I'm going to be quiet for a minute because this is a little scary. Tell us what we're looking at.
So you've sent me, we've uploaded these 2 photos of you for marathon looks, right? So in the Cloud Closet feed within 2 weeks. You'll upload these two pictures. You'll ask which one is better, and we'll all vote. Maybe everyone on this call will come in and suggest what they think is better. Right now, what they can do, because these are living in the app, once you guys download, you guys can find Christy. You could write a comment of saying which one you like better. We could do an emoji. I'll do a wink there. Again, this is small and stretched out on my screen. And also, we don't have the product recommendations in this rendition, but in the app, you have it. When you go on your phone in the app, you can get those product recommendations.
Can I just have a little interruption here?
Please.
Because I want to say, in my defense, that picture with my hat on was from Sunday after running my longest run before the Berlin Marathon. So that's like gross, sweaty, bleh. But it's so cool. It's kind of cool to see that here. And then on the right-hand side, obviously, I'm wearing my Productive Passions shirt because when I'm running down the road, I want people to like learn about productive passions.
Amazing. I think you look strong and badass, honestly. So which one do you think you'd prefer to wear for the marathon?
For stylish reasons, the one on the right, but it'll depend on the weather because I'm hoping for cooler temps. And while the one on the left isn't probably as stylish, those are not knee socks. Those are compression sleeves, and they just keep my calves like safe during the run. But I mean, I don't want my opinion. I'd love for people to weigh in and tell us what they would think is better for me to wear. Because this is a world majors. There's going to be like 50,000 runners here.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, I think I'd vote for, in the terms of running, comfort. So I almost think the one with the visor is best because it's like protecting your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I want to ask you a question while we're taking a look at, and you can show other images as well. What are the biggest challenges you face bringing Cloud Closet from idea to reality?
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge is financing and bootstrapping. Like investors are always saying, you must bootstrap, you must raise friends and family. Okay, we did that, and that's amazing. But the average person can't do that. They don't have people that they can hit up and ask for money more than $50, right? I got really lucky that we were able to do that. But example, now, we need to move really quickly, and we don't have the necessary resources to go to market or technical resources that many of my counterparts have raised $11 million, $14 million, all with like less of a product than I've had in raising. So it can feel maddening, but I just believe in an underdog overall, and I think it's just going to make us stronger in the end and win harder when the time comes.
So I want to ask you a question that I love to ask. Who has had the most influence on you, and do they know it?
Wow.
That's probably not fair to, I just threw that at you, but I love to ask that question because, well, I'll just let you answer it.
Yeah, I think the biggest influence on me in my life would be my brother, my big brother. I don't think
What's his name?
Andrew Tibbetts.
Andrew.
He's just such a good guy. And why is he the person? Because my dad passed away when I was a kid, and he really stepped up to help my mom out. And he told me something that like guided me for the rest of my life, of like when I was going off to college, said, just study what you're good at. Just study what is so passionate to you. And that way I could do really well. And then I could explore through internships of understanding, and just instilling in me anything is possible. Like just because you come from a single mother household, struggling, all it takes is hard work to get to where you need to get. And he's just given me a lot of grace, and help along the way like that. He's had my back right?
Yeah,
Does
yeah.
that make sense?
It does. And I talk to founders all the time, and they share similar things. I'll tell you, it's not unusual to hear about how founders have had struggles, have had failures, but usually there's that one person that really believes in them, that just gives them the strength or encouragement that they need to move forward. Not everybody was started. In fact, most people I talk to don't start with a big, huge trust fund or lots of money in the bank. They start with a decision, grit, determination. And before we started this, I'll tell people, we were having a little conversation about what we did yesterday. While most people in the US and Canada were taking the day off, there were a lot of people working. And Caroline and I were two of those people that were just going to work for a little bit and then ended up doing a lot, because that's what you do when you are building your dream. That's what you do. So I have a comment from Olivia. Thank you, Olivia. She said, I love the compression leg sleeve look with the visor. It's giving first place. So I don't know if you mean that's the first place vote, or you think that it might help me win first place, but I can assure you there is absolutely no risk of me coming in first place in Berlin. But I appreciate the vote. We also have a comment from Bettina. Thank you, Bettina. She said, for you, Caroline, all founders here, for funding, try grant applications as good other options. And she said, DM me if you have questions. So for people who don't know Bettina, check out our last episode of Productive Passions, where she was the guest and she gave incredible advice to founders. And you can find how to reach her, or you can DM me and I'm happy to connect you with Bettina. Bettina, thank you for that. Are you currently seeking investors?
You know, I was actively fundraising April, May, and June, and as summer hit, put a stall on that. And of course, when you stop, things come. Now we're hitting in September. We're live. We need investment, absolutely, but they need to be strategic and correct. I don't want investment for the sake of investment. Our app can now make money, which is amazing, and that was part of this. We have an affiliate model set up. We now offer product recommendations. So for every product recommendation purchased, we're partnered with over 10,000 brands, which is massive, and it's so hard to even get these partnerships. So yeah, I would love a strategic partner to join us to help take this to the unicorn level that we can hit, that I'm so confident about. But I'm prepared to keep moving in the direction we're going.
I'm curious. I also interviewed someone about a year ago who was a fashion designer. If there's somebody who's listening who designs fashion and they want to collaborate with you, is that something that you're open to also?
Yes, please get in touch with us. So part of our angle, our secret sauce, if you will, is it's discovery. Product discovery is why you're going to come to us. Yes, you're able to upload your outfit selfies. Yes, you're able to interact with friends, but we're not giving you the cookie cutter product recommendations of Saks. Actually, there's some Saks on there, but Net-a-Porter or Moda Operandi or Essence. We have independent designers. We have about 50 independent designers who all they just have are a simple website. So if you have a website and you can sell clothes, please come to me and we can feature you in our product index.
So I'm curious, I'm thinking about myself again. So I was going to say asking for a friend, but I guess I just gave it away. So again, going back to my lack of fashion sense, could I go on there and just ask a question of members? Do I need to be connected to them and say, okay, here's who I am, here's how I am, I want to be fashionable, but I have a hard time finding that. What would you guys recommend? Here's me, and maybe take one of the pictures that you just showed. What do you recommend for my body type?
Yeah, I mean, I think to answer that simply, phase 2 of this is we're going to have a stylist component, a human stylist. Yes, we have an AI component. Okay. But like today, that's like saying you have a toaster, right? Everybody has AI. I heard that
Right,
somewhere. I was like,
right.
that's so
Yes.
true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like how I want to differentiate us, which is so funny because this is a differentiation, is like we're real people, real questions, and real product recommendations. No avatars, no AI bot coming through. So yes, if you wanted to today even upload a picture and in your description, right, what would you guys recommend people? And knowing this group, because you guys are all the first cohort on the app, right? This is you're the inaugural users. People are super keen to help and offer advice.
Yeah.
That's why I created this, because I just kept seeing like there are hundreds of Substack group chats where people are asking these questions, but they're like, it's on Substack. Substack didn't create this for that. So I was like, okay, we need to capitalize. And even Reddit, hundreds of chats with millions of people in them uploading outfits, asking how you style. So why don't we make that a little smarter with your wardrobe as a part of it, a little sleeker, sexier, and seamless to find product recommendations?
That's fantastic. And I was going to say, by the way, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but Arj Mahesh, I love the jacket, the long jacket. I like the short one too, but I love his long jacket. Um,
We'll tell him.
so yes, yes. So shout out to Arj if you're listening. I really like this idea. I'll tell you, recently I had a speaking engagement that I was going to. And I'm like what I just did, kind of froze. Like, what am I going to wear? I have, I have more formal clothes from my previous professional life, but that really wasn't appropriate for this speaking engagement. So I don't know if other people do this, but I called a friend. I was like, could you go with me to the store and let's go shopping together? So, I mean, that was fun, but it would be really nice to, if I didn't have the time or if I didn't have somebody available to say, hey guys, this is what I'm going for. What do you recommend? And I will say, I'm going to need to do that again soon because I have an upcoming concert that I'm going to in Vegas. I need a Vegas look, guys. I need people to make recommendations. I need a Vegas look. I'm going with my daughter-in-law. Shout out to my daughter-in-law who would take her mother-in-law to Vegas for a concert. And I think we're going to go twinning. Now she's cute and young, and I'm a little bit older, but how fun. Like, what looks, seriously, I'd love people to DM me what look for a Vegas concert. I think it's when we were young. What should we twin in?
Amazing.
It's kind of scary to put it out there.
But like eventually you can go into Cloud Closet and type in Vegas concert, because you saw in my closet right how I had everything tagged. Like
Okay.
and it will pop up everything everyone's worn to a Vegas concert. Now, is everyone your style? Of course not. But you'll have filter recommendations of like, okay, maybe in this geographic location, people who live in Florida or whatever that might be. That's our starting ground. The only way it really works is when we have loads of users. But that was part of this of like, hey, if you're going to Coachella this year and you type outfits for Coachella on Google, what are you going to get? Junk back to you of random outfits.
Sales, or not sales, but advertisements.
And that's across the platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we step in.
Caroline, man, you have got a great playbook. You have some great traction. Congratulations on where you're at. I want to encourage everybody to follow Caroline and Cloud Closet because she's growing. This is growing. If somebody wanted to reach you, what's the best way for them to connect with you?
Yeah, I mean, active on LinkedIn. So Caroline Lakshmanan, you have my name here. We need some more movement on Instagram. So at Cloud Closet app, we're whipping that up is great. And download us in the App Store and just give us your feedback, ideas. We're happy to chat.
And you are Cloud Closet in the App Store, both iOS and the Play
Yes, in the Play
Store for
Store.
Android.
So it technically says the Cloud Closet. You'll see it though. You'll see our logo. It's amazing. It's black and white. It's two C's put together. You'll catch it. And you'll see the little stickers. That's like our signature.
Awesome. Okay. Couple other things that popped up. First of all, Bettina said that I should not wear a bucket hat to the concert. I hear you. And that's insight. So you're going to have to look up Bettina Briz on LinkedIn to see why she's talking about bucket hats. I don't know, Bettina, I might have to get myself a bucket hat. And then there was a question for you, Caroline.
Uh-huh.
The question is, I have a black tie wedding coming up in Annapolis and have no idea what to wear. I'm scared I won't be formal enough. This would be super helpful to see what everyone would think is best. So
Olivia.
how would she go about like uploading if she doesn't have anything to upload but just wants to ask how best to do that?
Yeah, I mean, so again, in 2 weeks, that's our next phase of like, you don't need pictures to upload. Think in a LinkedIn post, you don't have to have a picture with it. That's the route we're taking. But in the meantime, Olivia, you must have something in your closet that's even moderately applicable. So why don't, or maybe you wore something one time you loved and you lost it and you want something similar, upload that picture to Cloud Closet. And in the description, ask, is this appropriate for a black tie wedding, or need ideas for black tie wedding? And I can assure you people will be chiming in, and we'll come in with like AI product recommendations that you'll see underneath as well.
Fantastic. Thank you. Well, before we close out, I want to thank everybody for joining us on this live event. Again, follow Caroline, follow Cloud Closet. And if you've enjoyed today's exclusive event, please be sure to check out, like, and subscribe to Productive Passions on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, and your favorite podcast platforms. If you'd like to speak with me directly, you can DM me. I am happy to connect and collaborate. Next up, I will be competing in the Berlin Marathon September 21st. If you are in Berlin, I'd love to see you out there. If you are racing, please let me know. I'd love to connect with you while I'm there. I love doing this, bringing founders who are following what they're passionate about, bringing the spotlight to them. And Caroline, today, thank you so much. It is such a pleasure having you here, and it's been fun talking with you.
Thank you for the time. It's so great to chat with you. And thank you everyone for listening and joining.
Bye-bye.